Blog Talk Radio.
Hello, and welcome to the Cathy Harris Show. The purpose of this show is to educate, inform, and empower you to take control of your own life. Cathy Harris is an empowerment and motivational speaker, non-GMO health and wellness expert, business coach, self-publishing expert, and author of over 20 nonfiction books. She has a great show lined up for you today. Now it's time to sit up, tune in, and become empowered with the Cathy Harris Show.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Cathy Harris Show. We are so excited that you decided to join us tonight. Thank you so much. Now, I am Cathy Harris. I have my own empowerment and publishing company. I currently have 24 nonfiction books released at angelspress.com, www.angelspress.com. Now, in late January 2017, we created a new movement, the Essential Women's Movement for African American Women. Again, the Essential Women's Movement for African American Women. This is a new movement for African American women to share information with each other as we empower each other through weekly teleconference calls, weekly and semi-monthly action plans, massive mentorship and tutoring programs, mobile training centers, Black business districts, and yearly conferences. For more information on what we're doing in this new movement, go to my website at www.essentialmentors.com. Again, www.essentialmentors.com. Now, we're going to go ahead now and bring up our guest today. He is a business owner. We're going to have a great time talking for the next 1 hour. If you're listening by your computer, give us a call at 657-383-1849. Jack, are you there?
Hey, Cathy, how you doing? Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, great, Jack. Well, first of all, Jack, I want to tell you I am in such awe of you. Now, everybody knows that I just left Dallas, Texas. I was in Dallas for 8 months. Every night before I went to bed in Dallas, Texas, I would go on your websites for your business. I would look at all the business owners, and I would just at all at the job that you have done with your particular network. How were you able to set up the network? First of all, Jack, let's backtrack. Tell us who you are, first of all, because how do you pronounce your last name?
Standokes.
Standokes. Okay, what is that? What is that?
I think it originated in Panama City from, like, if you look at my grandpa, he kind of looks Hispanic, like, you know, he's from Panama. So that's where the actual last name originated from.
Okay. Now, this is Jack Standoff, folks. His website is blackobp.com. Did I say that right, Jack?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay, www.blackobp.com. Now, Jack, first of all, go ahead and tell us exactly what it is that you're doing.
Well, first of all, I'm the founder of the group, started July the 8th of last year. So it's been going on about 9 or 10 months now. And pretty much, it's a lot of work that I'm doing to try to bring, our people together to support each other, start giving back to the community, different stuff like that. The thing is, black business has been around for so long, but they've been hard to find, so they exist, but people just haven't been able to find them. And creating a platform like I have, it brings exposure to those businesses so people can actually find them. So that's one of the major things that I wanted to do as far as like helping the people out and, have so they can have success in the businesses that they have, because we have a lot of issues with starting businesses and then they end up failing. So now with the platform that I've created, I think businesses can have a lot more success and stick around for a lot longer.
Yeah, I do too. I think what you're doing is absolutely great, Jack. Now, when I started my business in 2005, I thought seriously about starting a chamber of commerce because I realized when I was in Atlanta that businesses do need help. However, after really researching it further, I realized that I did not want to start a chamber of commerce. Therefore, I started my own empowerment and publishing company. Now, when I had my publishing company, I also started to put all the other authors up under me so I can help them put their books out. But when I found out that there's a lot of lawsuits in the publishing industry, of course, I changed my mind about that. So now I only publish my own books. People are always calling me and they say, Cathy, can you publish my book? I said, no, but I could show you how to do it because I give seminars and workshops. Yeah, I give seminars and workshops or consultations. So I can show you how to do it, but I'm not going to do it for you because, again, I don't want anybody filing a lawsuit against me simply because their book is not selling.
Yeah, definitely don't want that to happen. A lot of times, people just need that information that's out there that someone can give them to help them get to the next level, because a lot of people are not educated on how to do certain things or how to go about it. So to be able to reach out to someone to consult with them on how to get these things done is good for them, because that way they can start doing it themselves and they can learn a lot from it in the process.
Right. But, Jack, the way that you set your business up, I mean, with my movement, I've got a movement, so I feel that I'm really doing the same thing that you're doing. However, the reason that you have been able to get out there and grow this fast is simply because you put up a website, a dedicated website, and you have all of these Facebook groups.
Yeah, I have. Well, I have a total of like 28 groups that's just based in different cities and states. So we have Texas is so huge. I have to have more than one group for Texas. So, we have the Houston group. We have Austin, San Antonio combined as a group. And then I have a Central Texas group, which is Waco, Fort Hood, and Killeen and stuff like that. Then I actually have Dallas-Fort Worth separate as well. And then there's the main group, which is everybody all over the country. It's even, people worldwide. And then outside of that, I have groups that's specifically by, the name of the state, with the exception of Chicago. And then I have the California group, which is the Bay Area. And then I have Southern California. But other than that, all the groups are basically Black OBP, and then you just type in the state after that, so it'd be like Georgia or Florida or New York or something like that. That way people can find them. But those are the 28 groups that's just specifically for cities and states. And then I created other groups as well for I have a Black OBP referral group that's a secret group, and that group is only set up for businesses that's been verified. They're the elite businesses. And pretty much we send referrals to those to that group for those businesses to get with those people, because we know that when they deal with the customer, that they're going to provide great service. And then we have the consulting group as well. So the consulting group was created for people that may need help or advice on how to start a business, how to structure a business. You may need help as far as taxes. Anything that you have a question about, that's what the consulting group is for, to be able to help those people out. That way, they can, get information on how to, run their business and stuff like that. So that group is going to be pretty beneficial as well. It'll provide a lot of good advice for people.
Okay, now how did you do the verified businesses? What is it that people actually have to give you to verify their businesses?
So whenever someone wants to verify their business, there's a form that I have to send them a link to, or they can go on the website at the blackobp.com /get-verified. So in order to verify the business, we just ask for a lot of basic information, as far as name, phone number, email, stuff like that. The only thing that we ask for that's really just like confidential stuff that I have would be, one, the certificate of formation. So basically we need to see how your business is registered. Is it a DBA or CES Corp? That's important because that lets us know that you have registered your business, that you are actually a legit business and not someone that's just posting in the group trying to maybe take advantage of people or, not really taking as much pride in what it is that you do. And then we have the other required field is just a government-issued ID, just basically showing who you are, make sure you're the actual person that shows on the certificate of formation that you are the owner of the business in that case. And the other thing is that some people may not be required to have the certificate of formation based on what they do, such as realtors or stylists or something like that. So some people are required to provide us with their license number, and we verify their business, their profession through the license or certificate that they received in order to be able to do whatever their profession is. And that's basically it as far as required documents. And then, we just ask them to upload a couple pictures based off like services or products that they have in their business, so we can see that as well. And, that's pretty much it as far as the requirements in order to get verified.
Okay, so you're not asking for a copy of their business license or anything like that?
Yeah, it just depends on what they do. Now, there's also fields on there that ask for EIN or tax ID, and those are just optional. That's not something that we really need. It just helps in the process of verifying the business with the state, because we have to go to the state website in order to verify these documents to make sure that they are legit and that they are up to date. And when you verify anything through the state, they charge you for each inquiry. So that's where the fee comes from as far as the application fee to be able to pay for the verification of those documents.
So how much is that fee again?
It's a $20 application fee, and that'll cover the cost of verifying with the state, and then anything else outside of that would just go towards the business, development and different stuff like that.
Okay, now I know you ran into trouble when you started doing this. So what are some of the things that people actually said back to you when you start telling them that they needed to verify their businesses?
Yeah, it was kind of crazy because a lot of people looked at it as in a negative way, as if, like we were just trying to take money from people, like taking advantage of them, which was complete opposite of what we ever intended. So we dealt with a lot of people that, didn't really agree with it, and it was weird because there's so many businesses out there that has had the same structure. They've started out, even products. That's just like, say, water, for instance. At one point we used to always get water for free. And then when they decided to bottle the water, it added value to it, and they started charging you for it. So it's the same thing with the group. It was free at one point, but it became so much work. And, just I'm telling you, day and night, that's all I would do is be on Facebook and in the group and checking everything, trying to monitor and maintain everything. So it became a lot of work for me in order to maintain it. And it's kind of hard to maintain something so resourceful without creating some type of revenue. So, we had to figure out ways of, how we could start generating some type of revenue. And whenever something has value added to it, normally it costs at that point. So there's a lot of value added to the group because so many businesses in the group have had a huge amount of success. And I've heard, like, testimonials, like, repeatedly about, how people have, made so much money from the site and different stuff like that. So they understand the benefits of being a part of something like this. But, yeah, I've dealt with a lot of questions just over time that people would have about us, starting to charge to be a part of the group, or posting the group and getting a membership and stuff like that.
Uh-huh. Now, you've got ambassadors running all the Facebook group, right?
Yes, I do have ambassadors in the majority of the larger groups, mainly the groups in Texas and I think Louisiana, Oklahoma, Florida, Georgia, and North Carolina, and I think New York as well. I have ambassadors pretty much handle those, and any areas outside of those are groups that I can actually handle myself because it's not as huge. But the larger groups, I do have ambassadors in those to help assist with maintaining those groups.
Okay, so for now, you have enough ambassadors. You're not looking for people to try to work with you in those particular groups, right?
What I mainly look for now, I won't necessarily say they can be ambassadors, but I don't necessarily need them for the purpose of the group. More so an ambassador to be a part of the business and help with the growth and doing different things within the business to help out, to reach out to the business owners and see how we can work with them to help make them successful, to start doing more stuff in the community and stuff like that. So that's what I'm actually looking for now, people that can actually help with the other initiatives that we have that we like to set into place.
Okay, that sounds great, because when I got on the computer today, the first thing I saw was you having an event in Austin, Texas. And I'm in Austin, Texas. So I've already put that event on my calendar. But had I not been a part of your network, I never would have saw that event.
Right. Yeah, I have a friend that lives in Austin, and they kind of just started doing this new event where they rent out a building, and they're starting to promote parties there for a different crowd, more of a grown and sexy crowd, instead of like the 6th Street type crowd. So it's going to be something different for the more mature crowd where they can come out and, check it out and participate. It's going to be pretty interesting. It'll have a band there and a buffet and different stuff like that. So if anybody is available tomorrow to come out to that event, that would be great.
Yeah, I've already put it out to my group, and I'm planning on going, but I know I have an event on my schedule with Saturday too, but I am going to come out and try to meet you because, I was in Dallas for 8 months, and you gave all these events, and every time you gave an event, I never was able to come to your event. So I still want to try to meet you and just shake your hand, Jack, because, I think you are the male version of me, because we both got a passion for the Black community.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the passion is strong, so I definitely look forward to meeting you as well. I can't believe it's been so long and we haven't even met, and we've been in the same city at some point.
Yeah, and
so
we've been talking, back and forth on Facebook, but we've yet to meet, So definitely I'm going to try to come out tomorrow, if not just to meet you. Now, your ambassadors, tell me, are they mostly men or women? Who do you have in the background helping you with your business? Are they mostly men or women?
Right now, I mean, I got a strong team, and they they are actually all women. And, I love working with women. They're so easy to work with, and I love the work ethics that they have. And, they put their heart into it, and they have great ideas. It's just so many things that they come up with, and they're really easy to work with. And, like, all the women on the team, they get along well. They come up with different ideas. I mean, I don't have to stand over them and tell them different stuff to do. It's like they come up with ideas as well, and, they'll run it by me, and if it sounds good, and, I trust them, any decision that they make, and then we'll try to put it in play to see how it works. But, yeah, it's definitely all women, so I am looking to get some guys on the team to help out as well. I just hadn't had as much luck finding the right guys to be able to assist us in everything yet.
Well, the reason I brought that up is because I wanted to make a statement. If you want something said, give it to a man. If you want something done, give it to a woman.
Yeah, you're right about that. Definitely.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, they get it done.
I'm telling you, I don't care how busy women are. If you want something done, you go to the busiest woman in the room.
Yeah. That's true. That's a very true statement. I'm a witness myself to it, so I see it happen daily.
Now, is your app ready yet? I know you're going to go ahead and get an app. Is that ready yet?
The app is available on iTunes. It's not ready on Google Play yet for Android users.
Okay.
And the website is still currently under development. There's a lot of more things that's going to be on the website that's not available yet. So it's things going on the back end of the website that should be available soon, hopefully no later than probably mid next month. And the website is really going to be so amazing, the things that people will be able to do on there. I think once the website is up and running, people probably won't be in the Facebook group as much because it'll be something similar to that on the website. And it'll be even better because on the website it'll have a classified section where people can actually interact with the person selling the item just like they do on the timeline on Facebook. And the only difference is that they can actually purchase that item right there from that listing on the website. So that'll be pretty good as well. I think it'll help with a lot of sales for the business owners instead of them having to, get comments on the page and then, go back and try to tell the person how to purchase the item and all that different stuff. They'll be able to actually do that all within the listing on the website. So that'll make a huge difference. And once that everything is set up, the app is connected to the website as well. So it's integrated with each other, and it'll be able to do a lot of amazing things as well. As far as like one of the options that people will have is a push notification to where, let's say you're driving down the street and this business has this add-on to their listing. It'll send you a push notification on that app to let you know that you're approaching a black-owned business, and it'll show you the name and location of it and everything. And that'll help out business owners a lot because there's too many storefronts that exist, but we don't even know if the majority of those that are black-owned are. So the app will be able to help the people that download the app. It'll let them know that, hey, this is a black-owned business. So they can, maybe stop by it at that point, or they'll remember and always, come back to it later. So the app, it'll help out a lot with, bringing awareness to those businesses as well.
Oh, that's great. That's going to be absolutely great. Now, before you start the verified businesses, how big a problem was it for people not to get the merchandise that they actually ordered?
So early in the game, when I first started, I used to allow people to just come on and post, and, it would just, kind of just post whatever, because I had to kind of gauge the audience and the things that they do. So I didn't initially have rules in the beginning because I wanted to see how I wanted to, what I wanted to base the rules off of as far as, like, what I'm seeing on the page. So after a little while, we came up with a list of rules based off the thing that we had seen. And once we did that, it kind of got to the point where, some people would follow rules, and then eventually, kind of spread out more and more because the group was probably about, I think in about 18 days, we probably had close to 70, 80,000 or more. So after that, there were so many posts that people were making that we end up having to scroll up and down the timeline and start deleting stuff. So we decided that around, I think November, that we were going to start approving posts. And once we start the post approval process, it eliminated a lot of stuff that was going on as far as, people ordering stuff and people not getting their products, different stuff like that. So that was a problem, and, I ended up creating a separate group called Better Business America for people to, make reviews and stuff about businesses. So the good thing about that group is if you had a problem with a business and you didn't receive the product that you ordered, that you could go into the Better Business America group and be able to pretty much give a review, and you can also tag the business in the review. And then, that way I will be able to mediate the situation and try to get it resolved. And in most cases, those any issues, they did get resolved. So that was a good thing that I was able to come in and be a part of that to make sure things had gotten taken care of. But, it's not good when someone can't be comfortable with spending money with the business and, you you don't know if you're going to get your product or not. I wanted people to have the same type of feel as if they went to Amazon and ordered something or went on Walmart's website and ordered something. And that was the whole point of me changing the group over to where we started verifying businesses. That way we can get rid of those businesses that's trying to take advantage of people. But when I did change it over to where we approved posts, there were certain guidelines that they had to post by. There's certain information they had to have in their post in order for it to be approved. And I think once we started that process, that helped us eliminate a lot of people that were trying to take advantage of others. So I think it probably reduced it by over 90-something%. And then with the verification process that we have in place now of businesses having to be verified, we've had, it's been 100% where, customers, anybody that deal with the verified businesses, they get the great service and they get the products in a timely manner, good quality and everything. So we haven't had any problems whatsoever since we changed it over to the verified process.
Oh, that's great. Now, Jack, I have been giving business seminars, since I started my business, seminars and workshops. Now, one of the things that I saw was a lot of people were afraid to put their business ideas. I think it's the biggest reason why people don't start business. Is it the fact that they think somebody else is going to steal their business ideals?
I can't necessarily say that someone would be able to, even if someone was to steal someone else's idea, it's all about the product or service that they provide. So if they have good products and they have really good service, then no matter who takes your idea, that person will still get the business that they need in order to have success.
Right, I agree. Plus, it takes days, weeks, months to come up with these business ideas, Jack. So the fact for people to think that somebody is going to steal your idea, I just don't think people need to worry about that.
Well, I can say this. Since I've started the group, there's been several other people to try to start the same groups as well.
What?
So I've definitely, it's been several people to try to start black business groups, and there's people that even started groups and gave them the same name as my group.
What?
So there's groups out there called Black Owned Business Portal. Nobody ever used the word portal on the end of Black Owned Business besides myself. So once I started my group, other people started trying to use that portal on the end, and then they put the state or whatever behind the name or the city or whatever. Basically just trying to duplicate what I've done. And, it's kind of weird because we want to stick together and we want to come together and try to, support each other. But then you always have people that try to go around you in hopes that they can create something bigger than what you've done. So,
right. Well, go ahead.
It's a little disappointing that people do that, but it's always going to happen. I just hate that it has to happen in a situation like this for what I'm actually trying to do for an entire race. That we still at points, we're still divided. We're in competition with each other, and I hate that really has to happen. And I try to support any group that is trying to do what I've been doing. And I mean, it's just tough. It's kind of saddening, but it happens. Unfortunately.
Well, it happens simply because, Jack, people know that you're getting ready to really grow such a big, big network in this country. You're getting ready to do something that nobody has ever done, Jack. I'm telling you, when I first saw what you was doing, again, I was just at awe that you were able to do this. But again, it takes a team because you can't do this by yourself. You got to have a good team around you.
Yeah, it would definitely be impossible if I didn't have like an amazing team to help out and to put in the time and the effort and everything that it takes to make this a success. Because I did it by myself for a little while, and it was just so much work. It was just overwhelming, and it gets to the point where it's like, man, you can't do it. I know you can't do it all, so. I'm lucky to be able to find like the people that I found that passionate about it and everything as well, that's willing to help out and try to make a difference in everything that's going on.
Now, do you still have your clothing line?
Yes, I do have my clothing line. I had to scale back from the amount of work that I put into that because I just became so overwhelmed with the business portal, the Black-owned business portal, and trying to push that initiative. So the thing about the clothing line is that I used to make like an entire outfit. I can no longer do that because I don't really have time. So the only thing that I really do now is hats and like shirts, maybe like polos or something like that, or T-shirts, different stuff like that, instead of doing like the pants and shorts and all that different stuff. So hats and shirts right now is pretty much what I'm sticking to, and eventually, once I kind of get everything situated with this business, then I can put more time back into the clothing line as well.
Okay, Jack. This is Cathy Harris, everybody. The Cathy Harris Show. I am interviewing Jack Standokes. He is the founder of the Black Business Portal. His website is www.obp.com. Again, www.obp.com. Now, if you are afraid that someone is going to steal your business idea, you need to get it copyrighted or trademarked. Simple as that. Don't be afraid to get out there and put your dream out there. But, of course, do your own research. Now, Jack, let's talk about the elephant in the room. Now, when I was in Dallas, like I said, when I was in Dallas, every night I went to sleep every night, literally on my phone, looking at the businesses in your business network because nobody has ever done this before. I was at all about how were you able to actually keep off the network marketers. Now, your group is the first group that I have ever been a part of that weren't polluted with network marketers. Before I saw your group, I refused to join business networks on the internet. I don't care if they were black. I just wouldn't get on there because they were polluted with network marketers. So how were you able to keep these people off your website? That's what I wanted to know.
Well, at first, before we started, having rules and approving posts, they started, once they kind of found out about the group, more and more started to join. We didn't really, say anything about them posting because we had to realize the difference between the multi-level marketers and actual business owners. It got to a point to where, we did allow them to post, but the page became so oversaturated with multi-level marketers that the black businesses wasn't getting the exposure that they needed. And that was like a huge problem for us because that was the main reason for creating the group. we wanted black businesses to get as much exposure as possible. So in order to change that, we tried to create a thread where only the multi-level marketers would only be able to post within that thread. Well, unfortunately, that didn't quite work as well. So once we put the rules out there and let them know that, hey, no more, no MLM, stuff like that, a lot of them would stop posting, but you still had those that would try. So they would post anyway, and then we ended up getting deleted. But when we started the actual approval process to where we approve the posts before they go to the timeline, that eliminated all the posts, from MLM companies. And I kind of felt bad because they feel like they're business owners as well. But the way that they're doing business is just completely different than the conventional way that a black business owner would do business. So, unfortunately, we really don't allow them to post in the group. Every now and then we'll approve, a few here and there, but just to keep the page from being oversaturated, it's still in the rules that, they're not allowed to post. But we try to let, some of them get exposure because some of them do have products and services that people look for. So we do let them post sometimes.
Okay,
but they
everybody.
Are available to get their business verified as well.
Okay, and we're talking about network and multi-level marketers, also called multi-level marketers, and also called pyramid schemes. We're talking about Noni Juice, Juice Plus, Prepaid Legal, Prime America, Quick Star, AmeriPlan, Ignite Energy, YTB Travel, ACN, 5 Links, and the Motor Club of America. Those are just some of the network marketers. People who get involved in these schemes, they have a lot of energy and they have a lot of vitality, Jack. Just think if they use that same energy and vitality toward legitimate businesses.
Right, and I've said that like several times. If they took what they do as a MLM business and put that towards their own business, they will be some of the greatest, most. I mean, in these MLM companies, they provide education for these people to teach them how to do the stuff that they do. So if they actually had that same education on how to start a business, how to structure a business and run a business, they would be amazing business owners, and I think they would be pretty successful.
Right. I agree, too. I agree totally. And, what we're doing in my business, we're teaching people how to start businesses by using their own skills, talents, and passion, their own self, what it is that they're really, really good at. Now, I wanted to go to this article that I wrote, Are You Wired for Business Ownership? It's actually going to be our first business action step that we are going to release in our new movement. Again, the name of the article is, Are You Wired for Business Ownership? Now, Jack, I don't think a lot of people are wired for business ownership. I think some people are going to have to work for other people because they just don't have what it takes to be a business owner. But it doesn't mean that you can't get there, 6 months, 1 year, 3 years down the line. It doesn't mean that you can't self-educate yourself on what you really need to do. But, Jack, what do you think about people who want everything for free? They say a lot of black people will buy what they want and beg for what they need. Do you think black business owners, black people, they want everything for free? Have you ever seen the business owners approach you saying, okay, man, go ahead, and what you going to give me for free?
Oh, yeah. I mean,
why do we do that?
Prime example. The group is a prime example. I mean, it's been free for so long, so people, accustomed to it being free. But now that it's not free anymore, it becomes a problem. But when it was free, it was fine. It was all great. Hey, Black-owned business portal, let's post here, let's post there. Let's invite people, let's add friends. Now that it's not free anymore, it's a problem, and people, I guess a lot of times they don't know how to, adapt to, like, change like that. But you have to pay for stuff that's good quality. If you get something that's free, it's probably not really a good item.
Right.
It's something about it. It's not going to last long. you're not going to be happy at the end with the results or whatever it is. So you have to understand that if whatever you're paying for, if there's something about it that's costing you that's beneficial. So I don't think people really understand, like a lot of times, that they don't look at it how things of value will cost you, but something free, you'll forget about it shortly. It won't last long.
Exactly. Now, what about the phrase, what's killing black people? The phrase that you heard Steve Harvey say it, you've heard a lot of people make the statement, fake it until you make it.
Fake it until you make it.
Yeah. What do you think about that phrase? Do you think it's hurting us or what? Is it helping us become business owners, or is it just helping, is it hindering black people?
I don't think it's ever good to fake anything. I mean,
no.
If you don't have it, you just don't have it, and once you get it, then just be real about everything. So I don't think that would be good to fake anything. I think in the end it'll probably hurt you and the image or the reputation or brand that you built.
Right, I agree totally. Or what about a lot of business owners, when they open up the doors of their business, Jack, the reason they remain on a small scale is because they stop conducting research. The more research you conduct on the front end of a business means the better chance you will have it being successful on the back end of a business. So don't you think that a lot of people just stop conducting research?
I don't think people, I can't say everybody, I don't think the majority, I think a lot of people that are business-minded, I think they do their research.
Uh-huh.
But then you have a lot of people that start businesses and they don't really do the research, and they have problems with, structuring their business and, knowing how to run the business and different stuff like that. So the ones that have success, I think, are the ones that actually have done their research on, how to go about doing different things in the business. And I think those people that did their research, you can pretty much tell from the things that you see that they've done and how they present their business. But someone that hasn't done research, I think they have a pretty much a hard time. And I think those are the reasons that businesses fail a lot today, because the people didn't do any research about how to run an actual business.
Right, and most businesses go out of business within 2 to 5 years.
Right, and see, that's like no time, and that's specifically just black businesses. So, we have to do something better in order to, have longer lasting businesses. If you don't get the advice and do the research that you need to do, then, you pretty much just setting yourself up for failure.
Yeah. Okay, what about seeking out business mentors? What I found out, Jack, by dealing with black people for a minute, I'm from Atlanta, a lot of black people don't want to admit that they don't know everything, so they won't get out there and seek out a business mentor. Mentors
are very important because majority of the times, mentors are people that has already done what you're trying to do, so they have success in knowing how to do it. And other than that, it's always good to have the advice of somebody other than just trying to make all decisions on your own. And me personally, I need a mentor. That's something that I know that's needed, and it's hard to have success without having that person that you can go to and talk to about different things and get their ideas and opinions and stuff like that as well. So I think, it's very beneficial, and I think it's a great idea for anyone to have a mentor and have that person to be able to, be there and tell them, to give them good, sound advice. So,
right.
Yeah, and that's something I look for. I'm looking to find a mentor, and I'm even looking to mentor someone that may need my help as well.
Exactly. Now, what about black people being afraid of business plans? I talk to people who had their businesses out there for 5, 10, 15 years, and they never done a business plan.
I think they just don't know the importance of having a business plan. They don't know the benefits. They don't know the reasons behind why you need a business plan, what reasons you need it for. So, and then, people don't want to really spend the money for what it costs to get a business plan done. So I guess without them being educated on the purpose of having a business plan, they probably just don't see the benefits of it. So most of them don't go out and, get a business plan.
Mm-hmm. Now, what about refusing to put up a website? You see a lot of businesses, people are starting businesses, but when they tell you they're not online, which hurts you, because if you have a business online, whether you're national or international, people can see your business. Now, a lot of people will go and set up a Facebook group or some other social media site. That's good. But if your target audience or senior citizens who are not going to be online, then you need a website.
Yeah, a website is definitely important. I mean, it legitimizes your business even more. It lets people know that you're serious about what you're doing and not just, trying to, throw something out there and just see if people going to jump on it.
Right.
A website will help you. I think it increases your sales because, for one, that's less people you have to deal with directly. And, it could be 10 people on your website buying something at the same time, but you can only talk to one person at a time.
Right.
So, websites can help out a lot, and it's something that I think every business should have.
Okay, Jack, what about buying black? How can we buy black from a website if black people are afraid to put their pictures on a website? Have you ever seen these black businesses with white folks on their websites?
Whew, I'm telling you.
But how can we buy black when we don't know the business is black owned?
Man, I'm telling you, Kaz, that's one thing that I do not understand to this day. So I have a black-owned business group that consists of nothing but black people. But I don't understand how people can make a post and have all the models in the picture white. Like, I just don't get that. And I think it's not that. I don't understand why you would post that in an all-black group. Now, if you're catering to a different crowd, then, yeah, maybe I can understand that. But when you're posting in an all-black group, you would want them to feel like this is a black-owned business. If I see white models, I'm not thinking it's a black-owned business. So that would be a problem for me, especially if I'm looking to support black.
Now, another thing is bad customer service. Jack, my pet peeves, now everybody got pet peeves. My pet peeves are people who don't return phone calls or emails or texts. We have handheld devices today. How come business owners cannot reach back out to people when they reach out to them? I just don't understand it.
That's kind of tough for me because if someone messages me on Facebook, then more than likely you'll get a quicker response because I get the notifications. But as far as email, I think people run into the problem where if they don't get the email on their phone, and then they may not even have a computer at home or just may not get on there every day, then it delays the amount of time it takes for them to respond. So what they need to do is actually, have the phone set up or have the email forwarded to whatever, their phone receives emails on. And that's something that's easy to do because the quicker you can respond to a person that's trying to reach out to you and purchase stuff, the better off it is for you. Because if somebody got to continue to wait for you to get back to them about something, more than likely they'll find somebody else that have that same item, and it may be even for a lesser price when you could have just, responded sooner and got the sale. But
right. And it's like you said, it's easy to set up. Right. Yeah. Well, what about youth entrepreneur, Jack? Why is it that black people don't believe that these young kids can get out there and actually start these businesses and take care of the whole family?
Well, these young kids are a thing of the future, and I'm telling you, there are some amazing things coming up when it comes to them. They are the way of the future. We have some things going on, like in the portal, and we haven't created yet, but it's on our list of things to do. We're creating a group as well called the Black OBP Kids.
Oh, that's going to be nice.
So, yeah, and it'll be governed by not only the parents to help them out and, teach them, and kind of just monitor them and watch them and help them out in the process as young business owners, because there's a lot of kids now starting businesses, and they need the exposure as well. So I think once we create that group, that it'll have a lot of success, and it'll teach these kids at a young age how to be business owners. And I think a lot of these kids will start out, with these businesses now at a young age, and with the platforms that I've created, I think they'll be able to continue to grow. And once they become 18, then they can enter the adult group and be able to, market their products and stuff there as well. So I think that'll be really good. We got to look out for these kids, because I think they're going to do some amazing things in the future.
Yeah, I agree totally, because, most families don't have business owners in their family, black business owners, so it's going to be important for people to have groups like yourself who actually can work with these young kids.
Right, and that's like I say, we'll be monitoring like the group, and then we'll provide like the same things like we do in the main group. People that be able to give them advice and tips on stuff and let them know, how to go about structuring a business. We'll make sure like the parents, or giving us authorization to be able to, give information to the kids and help them out and stuff as well. So I think that, in due time, it's going to be a lot of things that's going on with the Black-owned business portal that people are not even aware of yet that's going to be put into play. And it's going to be, just overall, it's going to be great for, families, so.
It's going to be great. It's going to be great, Jack. We got about 7 minutes. Is there anything you want to say, or I think I got a couple more of these on my list I could go over, but is there anything that you want to put out now? We got about 6 minutes if you want to go ahead and put out some more information.
Not too much. Just the main thing is that, we're just trying to do a lot, within, the Black Business Portal. We're just trying to do stuff for business owners to help them out. We're trying to do stuff in the community. And the whole reason of creating the group was to, build up these business owners so where they could have success. And my idea is that those business owners would give back to the community that's around them, so we can, get rid of all the crime and stuff that goes on, because the more those businesses support their community, the less likely there is something to happen as far as, getting burglarized or any crime or anything like that. So we want to better the community. But unfortunately, during the process, the businesses that were having success, really, they didn't go back and start helping out in the community. So one thing I did in order to try to change that is I created the Impact Fund, which is improving minority professions and assisting in community transformation. So people can actually give to this, they can contribute to this fund, which would allow us to go out and, do things in the community as far as helping out the homeless or providing meals or something, or, someone that's in need, or even helping a business that needs assistance and stuff like that. And unfortunately, the Impact Fund didn't really create as much money as it should have, considering the amount of people in the group. So with the process that we started with the verified businesses, that money would help go towards helping out in the groups and the development of the business and doing stuff in the community and different stuff like that. So being a verified business is really a great benefit, because everybody that's a verified business right now, they have seen their business have more success being verified than they did before. So that's a good thing because now people can come into the group and, you know, in the verified businesses, you know they're verified because they have a unique code at the top of their post. And sometimes they'll just share their post from the actual verified business group, so you'll see the label. But yeah, verified businesses, they people can be comfortable with shopping with them because they know this business has been vetted and, you know, they're doing things the right way. So I hope that more people get their business verified as well, so they can have that same type of success, you know. And like I say, it's $100 a year or it's $10 a month. And I don't see how anyone could really have a problem paying $10 a month, especially with the amount of money that you will make from posting in the group and, you know, getting sales and different stuff like that. I think $10 a month is a small fee compared to what Facebook would charge you $1,500 just to market your business to about 250,000 people. So it's cheaper to pay for a membership to the group or the business than it is for you to boost a post on Facebook and probably not really even get anything in return. So I think $100 a year for marketing is pretty cheap compared to what it would actually cost for people to market their business anywhere else.
I agree totally. Okay, Jack, we're running out of time here. Thank you so much. Everybody, we've been interviewing Jack Standokes. He is the founder of the Black Business Portal. His website is www.blackobp.com. Again, www.blackobp.com. Tell everybody you know about what Jack is doing. He is doing something absolutely wonderful for the Black community. Jack, thank you so much for coming on.
No problem. Thank you, Cathy. I really appreciate you having me. I enjoyed it.
All right, thank you so much. Now, everybody, again, we've created a new movement. Our new movement was created to share information with each other as we empower each other through weekly teleconference calls, weekly and semi-monthly action plans, massive mentorship and tutoring programs, mobile training centers, Black business districts, and yearly conferences. Now, those are just some of the things that we're trying to create. We don't know what direction this particular movement is going to go in. The name of the movement, again, is the Essential Women's Movement for African American Women. You can find us on Facebook. We have a Facebook group, we have a Facebook page, and we have a meetup group. You can see everything that we're doing in this new movement at www.essentialmentors.com. Again, www.essentialmentors.com. Now, you could come back to my website and listen to this radio interview anytime at www.blogtalkradio.com/The Cathy Harris Show. Again, www.blogtalkradio.com/The Cathy Harris Show. So make sure you tell everybody about this interview that we just did with Jack Standokes. Come back to the website and listen to this interview again. Jack is doing some things that I wasn't even aware of. So this was a very, very good interview tonight. And as you can see, we're doing some wonderful things on the Cathy Harris Show. This was another great show. Don't forget to live, love, and enjoy. Thank you so much for listening in.
Say hi to savings at Old Navy.